Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven here. Today, I'm going to be doing a review on my favorite game of all time. You guys probably already know this because I've talked about this game so many times on this channel already. Tales of Xillia. I love this game to death, to pieces, and today I'm really just gonna go in depth with it. A lot about it, like the gameplay and the characters and like a plot overview and all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Tales of Xillia is a Japanese role-playing game and the 13th mothership title of the Tales series, released in 2011. Jude Mathis is a medical student at the Talem Medical School in Fenmont. His professor, Professor House, is summoned to the Lefort Research Center in Fenmont and after a while doesn't seem to be returning. So Jude, as the do-gooder student that he is, decides to investigate his professor's disappearance. He then runs into Mila Maxwell, who little does he know is the Lord of Spirits, trying to destroy something within the lab. Together, they discover that there's something very wrong happening in the lab, and before they know it, they're fleeing to another country together. I have already introduced you guys to Jude and Mila, and there are four, or I guess I should say 5, other main characters that will join your party along the way of the game. You have Alvin, or Alfred Vincent, something like that, who is a mercenary that has traveled all over the world. Elise Ludus, a young girl who is a master at dark spirit and healing arts, who is accompanied by her talking doll Tipo. Rowan J. Ilbert, a butler to Lord Klein of House Sherrill, and Leia Rolando, Jude's childhood friend and a nurse in training. I would talk about the antagonists of the game, but I don't want to spoil too much. There are 4 types of locations in the game: towns and cities, sea havens, dungeons, and then the miscellaneous locations like trails that connect all of these locations. The majority of the game takes place in the world of Rize Maxia, and you'll do a lot of traveling between the countries of Rashigul and Azul. My personal favorite location, or locations, would definitely have to be the Kijara Sea Falls, Fenmont, and Sapstrath Deepwood. And I also love Sherrilton. At the very beginning of the game, it'll ask you which character you want to play as, Jude or Mila. While both routes are very similar, there are a lot of distinct differences between them, especially when there is a split between the routes at the end of Chapter 3 and the beginning of Chapter 4, which makes each route their own separate experience. If you want my opinion, personally, I'd play Jude's run first, then Mila's, because things just make more sense if you do it that way, though if you want to play Mila's run first, I won't stop you. And as I just reminded myself, the game is split up into 4 chapters. If you press down on the right joystick on your controller, you can access the world map. Well, actually, you have to wait until you are given the world map in Chapter 1, and then you can fast travel. Just select which location you want to go to, and the map will take care of the rest. So I talked a lot about sub-events in my tips for playing Tales of Xillia video, so I won't repeat myself too much. However, know that sub-events are just another name for side quests in this game. Some will give you gold, or item, or weapon rewards. Others will just shed light on certain aspects of the lore. You can access sub-events by talking to people with green exclamation points above their heads. The battle system in Tales of Xillia is fairly simple, and therefore with little practice, I believe that anyone can pick it up. Though there is a lot of information regarding everything you can do in battle, so I'm just going to keep it very simple. You do a regular attack using the X button. If you want to use an art, you can set the arts you want to use by pressing the triangle button and selecting the arts menu. And to actually use an art, press the circle button. To guard, it's the square button. To move around, it's the left joystick. To change your camera angle, it's the right joystick. What you see on your screen is the guide for the controls outside of battle. However, there's so many other features in battle that I haven't talked about. You can access the battle book by going to the main menu when not in battle to revisit some little tutorials as to how certain things work that you may have forgotten or that just in this video, if you're just relying on this video, that I have not covered. In order to not get your butt handed to you the entire game, you're going to need some provisions, weapons, and armor. If you're in a town or there's a peddler nearby, you'll be able to upgrade your shops and buy items. To upgrade your shops, I highly recommend using materials and not gold, the currency of this game, because it is just so much more efficient and effective. If you match up the type of material, which is conveniently labeled with little pictures to the corresponding shop, you'll be able to level them up even faster and obtain better items, weapons, and armor. Now, the majority of the game, you get around by running, which I think is pretty much given. However, there are some times in the game when you have to do a little extra physical activity as your character. There are times when you have to climb up vines, crawl through holes in the wall, and jump off cliffs. The cliffs aren't super high, I'm exaggerating. You won't get fall damage, it's all good. At one point in the game, you'll end up going to some mines, and you'll have to do some mining to get to different locations, and if you want to get some pretty cool stuff. There are two types of cutscenes in Tales of Xillia. Regular cutscenes, and then there are the animated cutscenes that make it feel even more like an anime, which I love. The overarching lesson that you take away from this game is you must walk your own path in life and not depend too much on another person to help you find your way. And I think that this is such a good message, and I feel that the game delivers it beautifully, and I love it. I can't get enough of this game. I love it to death. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed filming it, although I was very rudely interrupted many times by some freaking airplanes, but yeah. Let me know in the comments down below if this review has you interested in the game or not, or if you've already heard of the game, just let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.